Hello everyone, welcome to Java Tutorials. My name is Kishore. In this video, we will discuss about abstraction. It is one of the fundamental concepts in object-oriented programming language which hides the complex implementations from the end user and shows only essential details so that user must know what it does rather than knowing its internal implementation. The benefit what you get from the abstraction is whatever the changes done in the implementation doesn't affect the code using it. When multiple developers are calling the method, the changes done in that method should not affect these developers invoking code. To understand the abstraction, let me take an example of like the driver who drives the car, and in case the car has some issue, what driver does is he hands over the car to the mechanic. And what mechanic does here, he is going to fine tune the engine present in the car so that the car is going to have everything working normal. But what driver does is, driver will not have any idea how the engine has been implemented. The driver is going to just use the controls like accelerator, brake, and clutch, correct? And these controls would interact with the engine. And whenever the mechanic fine tunes the engine for better performance, the driver is not going to do any changes to these controls when he is going to use them, correct? Means if any change is done in the engine, driver is going to use these controls the same way how he was using before. Similarly, if a new driver comes, he also should know what these control do rather than knowing how these control work when they interact with the engine. So here the engine implementation is completely abstract so that drivers know what these controls do. Similarly, if a new engine is being replaced here, say for example, an old engine is going to be replaced by the new engine, still every driver should know how to use these controls and they don't have to bother about what changes has been done to the engine. So this is what the advantage you get when you have the concept of abstraction here. Same concept you can use in object oriented programs where when there are multiple developers, let's say developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, let me remove this part, and developer 1 is invoking one method, let's say store method. Developer 2 is invoking a method called remove method. Developer 3 is invoking the method called get method. And let's say the developer 4 is the one who has implemented these methods like store method, remove method, and the get method. Let's say there is another developer 5 who is also invoking the get method. Now the job of developer 1, developer 2, developer 3 and developer 5 is to invoke the store method and do some other tasks after invoking the store. Same way, the job of developer 2 is to invoke remove and do some task after invoking the remove. Same thing with developer 3 and developer 5. Their job is to invoke the get method and do the job, write the code after invoking the get method. Probably like after getting the data, displaying the data on the browser or displaying the data on the mobile application screens, something like that. But if developer 4 does some changes to the store, remove or get, probably developer 4 wants to fine tune these methods. In that case, he does the changes to the store, remove, and get methods he has implemented. But whoever is invoking those methods, their code will not change, because the method works the same way how it was working before, even after doing the changes. So the store, remove, get implementation is unknown to these developers like developer 1, 2, 3, and 5, because they know what these method is going to do instead of knowing how they are implemented. So that is what the abstraction does. Abstractions can be achieved in two ways, that is using interface, and another is using abstract class. We will discuss about how interface and abstract class works in our next video. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.